Hey guys, Zach Lawlate here. I've never really done a video like this before, so please bear with me. I'm kind of doing this all in one take and kind of a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I don't know, this was an idea I had and I decided to kind of just vent some of my thoughts and concerns regarding the upcoming Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. So yeah, let's get into it. Pretty much, if you guys watch my videos or streams, you would know that not only am I a huge Zelda fan, but Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is one of my most anticipated games, if not probably the most anticipated game of the rest of this year. And there's a lot to be excited about. I mean, Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games of all time. I love the story, I love the characters, and I even loved the original Hyrule Warriors, so when this game got announced, I was pretty excited. I mean, the entire concept of learning about the fall of Hyrule and what happened 100 years before the events of Breath of the Wild, it was exciting, and I was immediately sold on the prospect. Despite, not being the biggest Warriors fan, I knew that I was going to really like this game. So I waited, watched trailers, every single trailer. I got more and more excited seeing, Adult Purah and Robbie and the new villain and the new characters and just seeing how well this concept worked for Age of Calamity and getting to play what feels like a huge war, like an epic battle that really took place. And I think that I was excited because not only did it seem like it was going to be very exciting as a standalone, but it also seemed like it was going to enhance Breath of the Wild even more than it already had been. I loved Breath of the Wild, and I thought that the story was fine, even if a bit lacking. But upon seeing the announcement for Age of Calamity, I remember thinking to myself, I was like, wow, after I play this, it's going to, spark this, dormant love for the original Breath of the Wild that I thought was gone, and I was going to jump into a second playthrough. I was daydreaming about doing it again, and once the credits rolled, immediately popping in Breath of the Wild and going so seamlessly from this prequel story to the main game itself, kind of setting up a really good perfect trilogy with Breath of the Wild 2 supposedly coming out next year, or 2022 or whenever it ends up coming out. But as more trailers have come out, and especially with the release of the latest demo a few days or a few weeks back, I gotta be honest with you guys. Again, this is all personal opinion. If you disagree, that's totally fine. I know there's some people on the Reddit and Discords, and everybody has a different opinion on this, and theories and all kinds of stuff, and I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to have a long, drawn-out explanation of every single thing that this could happen or this couldn't happen. I'm just here to say that after seeing some of these trailers, and especially after playing the demo, I'm a little bit worried. This game was promoted and sold to us as the definitive prequel to Breath of the Wild. I mean, Aonuma even had stated how closely they were working with the Zelda team to make this a canon Zelda story. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, or you haven't played the demo or seen some of the trailers, I'm talking about the Egg Guardian. Now, this is pretty controversial. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you might want to play the demo for a little bit more context. But long story short, just to catch everybody up to speed, the Egg Guardian at the beginning of the demo seems to go back in time, and the events from what we'd seen in Breath of the Wild's original memories don't necessarily seem to be the story that's playing out in Age of Calamity. And some people are excited and think that's a really cool thing, but I'm just concerned and cautiously optimistic about what that means for the rest of the story. I know some people are thinking, well, if the Egg Guardian goes back in time, are things going to be different? Is it really going to lead into Breath of the Wild? Just a couple little things here and there from the beginning of the demo. The fact that the Egg Guardian was in the tapestry, the fact that there's two champions piloting each of the divine beasts, just a lot of plot inconsistencies, and it feels really convoluted, almost like a Undertale-esque story with different timelines and different things here and there. And I gotta be honest, I know Zelda's a series that doesn't shy away from its timelines and, especially convoluted plots with Ocarina of Time and all kinds of other stories throughout the series, but this was not a game where I wanted something like that, for me personally. I had some theories and some ideas for Breath of the Wild 2 about how they might be able to manipulate time to bring the champions back or this or that, but this just feels weird and off for a game that was announced with such a great premise. I mean, everything story-wise is going for this game. People want this to be a dark game. People want this to be the prequel to Breath of the Wild. You know, and I, myself and a lot of other fans included, don't really want Nintendo to hold back with something like this. I'm sure, as you know, dark as it seems, a lot of people want to see the champions die. A lot of people want to see that fateful battle where, you know, Link falls and he's put into the Shrine of Resurrection or whatever. And I'm just afraid that they're going to go for a more shocking story, even if it means a less impactful one. I just feel like having a story where you can go back in time and change the events of the Calamity and change the events of what would eventually become Breath of the Wild undermines so much of what Breath of the Wild does. Breath of the Wild stands alone as a Zelda game, not only for its, you know, innovative gameplay and the way that the world is structured and the freedom that the world gives, but the story as well. I mean, this whole concept of the heroes and the characters that we know and love failing and losing, and 100 years later, Link waking up and kind of taking his revenge almost on what had happened during the Great Calamity. It's interesting, and I feel like Nintendo could do so much with that, and that's why when this prequel game was announced, when Age of Calamity was announced, I was so on board, because I thought that there was so many things that they could do, especially adding in new villains and potentially tying things up or hinting at things to come in Breath of the Wild 2. Another fear that I have, and another theory that I hear people talking about with this game, is that this game could lead to a different timeline where Breath of the Wild 2 takes place. Meaning that Breath of the Wild 2 might potentially not even take place after Breath of the Wild, but instead be a sequel to the different timeline introduced in Age of Calamity. And I just think that that would kind of lessen my excitement a lot. I think that the story and what they're hinting at being a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild has so much potential, and I wouldn't want that to be undermined or ruined in any way. Again, this could all end up being baseless theories and accusations, and the story might be fine, and all these things. This is just me venting my feelings, just my pure, unfiltered thoughts. I just wanted to kind of share them with you guys, see if there's anybody who agrees with me, disagrees with me. Please let me know in the comment section below. Join our Discord server, talk to me about it. If you want to be like, Zach, you're an idiot, I think it's cool, or Zach, you're totally spot on, I'm worried. Hopefully they can do it, and hopefully this is the prequel to Breath of the Wild that everybody has been looking for. Again, I'm still going to get this game day one. I'll be streaming it over on our Twitch channel, The Milky Finishers, and I'm very excited. It is, again, my most anticipated game of the holiday season. I just had to voice some things because my pure 100% unwavering excitement has kind of grown to be a little bit mixture of cautious optimism at this point. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you liked this type of video. I've never done something like this before, so if it sucked, let me know what I can improve on. And if you liked it, I might do some more. Give me some topics. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day/night.